seen the Lecrae responded, right?
Yeah.
I didn't react to it. I saw it on Instagram though.
Or show them what prayer would do.
Right. He went straight to God.
I want my heart to be as empathetic as D-1. Now this is my bag here because you know I grew up in the church.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was listening to, for all my people that's watching that grew up in the church or that might know Christian hip hop, aka CHH, right, with Reach Records, with people like KB, Tripley, right, Andy Mineo, all of them.
None of them.
You know what I'm saying? I know. Sorry, I'm putting people on, right? Of course, Lecrae and bro, like to hear that and then to hear them response, I was hyped. I'm from the era of back when I was trying to find, because there was a time where I strictly listened to gospel, right? Mm-hmm. But I knew that I had enjoyed rap, but I couldn't find gospel rap.
Yeah.
But back then there was something legit, no lie, right? There was a group called Gospel Gangsters.
What?
Yo, bro, if you it would be, I don't know, like whatever. I don't like giving recommendations because how you run your channel is phenomenal, right? Yeah. However, if you ever was like, yo, I want to see and get something different, see how people will react, go look gospel. If y'all think what Lecrae and D-1 was talking, yo, Gospel Gangsters was really that. I'm talking about they rapping, using the word like the two-edged sword, like cutting people down, bro, with lyrics, using the word.
Yeah, I gotta listen. I gotta hear that.
You know
I
what I'm
heard
saying?
some gospel drill recently.
Yeah. Oh, the dude that was on the block with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. He pulled up with the Bible.
Money, go pick a side and tell me who's your master. You can have all the money in the world, when you stand before God, it won't even matter. All of these kids tryna beat up our op. Yeah, these kids, they be beefing a lot. That's why we out here preaching a lot. I don't want none of them boys to get knocked. God ain't
Was it Spanish?
Yeah, I'm so glad we here.
I saw some Spanish gospel drill.
I'm so glad we here talking about the word. You know, get your life right. You know,
it was fire too. I was like,
all right, yo,
I'm for this.
See, look, man. Whatever you believe in, cool. I'm not knocking that. I'm speaking for me. I believe in God. That's my thing. So I was excited. You know what I'm saying? Like Lecrae. Like if you don't know Lecrae, get to know Lecrae. He has had commercial success. So for people that know NF, who's more contemporary rap, right? Not so much spiritual. I know Lecrae is more spiritual rap. You could say they're two like opposite sides of the coin, but positive messages with bars, right? Yeah. And you go with D-1. D-1 is straight, yo, Old Testament, back when judgment, I'm giving y'all the Bible bag right now. Old Testament, when there was judgment, right before there was grace, like you ain't doing right, so I'm using this word to cut you down because you know you're sinning. Yeah. Meanwhile, Lecrae is talking about redeeming people fully, and he's what we would call the New Testament, where you could talk about being saved, being baptized, and being washed in the blood and everything. And I'm sorry, this might lose some of y'all, but I hope it's educating some of y'all and my people that know what this is about. I hope y'all rocking with me right now, right? So when Lecrae is talking about, should I even respond, write a verse? Because for Kendrick to mention him, like, listen, there is a world, and y'all won't believe me, but there is a world where Lecrae and Kendrick is right here for people. Y'all might not believe me, but for people that exclusively listen to CHH, Christian hip hop, Lecrae is that dude. Now, of course they know Kendrick, because you can't go anywhere without hearing a Kendrick song, and they might have heard a song or 10 and be like, oh, I like this guy, but CHH is their thing. Yeah. Because they're just through and through believers that don't want to taint their spirit or soul with anything, right? And then you go to D-1, like, it's so crazy because I remember when people were trying to play D-1, talking about his clout chasing, and I'm like, D-1 is from New Orleans. From New Orleans, you heard?
None of them.
Yeah.
I don't know these people you're talking about right now, but Lecrae, and I barely know him.
Tap in, brother. I'm sure you could do a few songs for breakdowns because he got bars.
Yeah.
D-1.
No, since I heard that,
yeah,
I knew him for being on.
You heard the D-1 track though too?
No, I didn't hear D-1.
So you heard though when Kendrick said, "I wish my heart was as empathetic as D-1."
Yeah, I heard what he said. That's a rapper. But I didn't know who he was talking about.
Yeah, he's a rapper from New Orleans, a Christian rapper, a reverend, a pastor, a teacher, all of these things, right? Well educated brother. Stand on the word of God. He don't play no games.
Yeah, I don't know.
He responded too. You know what I'm saying? And if you go back, he's been rapping about 15, 16 years. He has a song called 50 Weezy J or something like that. Where back then, 15 years ago, he's holding these people accountable for how they're influencing the youth. And now you fast forward to today to where, Kendrick is very strategic. Kendrick knows what he was doing by saying those two gentlemen's names.
Yeah, dang, that's crazy. You say he
Right.
made this on 50 Weezy J.
Right.
Then he dropped this after he snubbed Weezy on the Super Bowl.
Right. That was his first song. His first song that had major commercial success. There's a video and everything. It went viral, bro.
Yeah, 50 Weezy J.
50 Weezy J by
Check it
D-1.
out.
Right? So now when you know, Kendrick knows, there's nowhere in my mind where I'm like, Kendrick didn't know he wasn't going to get a response. If you look at, excuse me, y'all. If you look at what Kendrick has been doing over these last few months, who has Kendrick been against?
Drizzy.
No.
Oh, what you talking about?
Who has Kendrick been against these last few months? Who is this? Who or what is this really about?
What you talking about?
Bro, Drake is a small piece of this.
So
Drake,
tell me, I don't know what you talking about.
Kendrick is about going at the industry, bro. And the poison that the industry is putting out. So what better way to
How's he
shine?
get out the industry, though? What are you doing to get out the industry?
Because Drake represents the industry. Everything that Drake is doing is for the spins, for the streams, for the clout, for the party that now has to die. That's all industry stuff. Having, like Lecrae said, having these drug kids rapping. That's what they are, right? When we grew up, again, I seen somebody say it. We listened to the people that was dealing the drugs. Mm-hmm. Now these kids are listening to the people that's using the drugs. So if you think about our era, the people that was in the streets, most of the people that was in the streets, what were they in the streets doing? Dealing. Would you agree or no?
Man, we don't know what these niggas be doing.
Bro, 80s and 90s, they was out there dealing. Early 2000s.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I
That's
talking
what I'm
about
talking
rappers and shit.
No, I'm not talking about rappers. I'm saying from that era when we listened to that music, that's how it influenced. Mm-hmm. Now, we spoke about this drug crisis before in another episode. What are these kids doing, right? When it goes from lean to Molly to Percocets. Is that not in the music? Popping the Xanny, right? Mm-hmm. Trinidad James, pop the Molly and I'm sweating. Mm-hmm. And that was a popping line. Everybody was singing it, myself included. I was a part of it. Mm-hmm. But that's what we're talking about. So now we look at Kendrick. Drake is a small piece. Drake was just a small figurehead that he had to get out the way. So now when he does this untitled song, again, he is attacking the industry. Like he said, y'all don't hate me. Y'all hate the man I represent. Just like he does not hate Drake. He hates what Drake represents, which is the toxic industry that doesn't amount to anything, that doesn't have a message, that's just about partying, that's just about the clout, that's just about the microwave success, that thinks everything comes at the snap of your fingers. So by mentioning Lecrae and D-1, now you get two people that I'm sure he knew was going to drop tracks for more positive light, right? How Lecrae flipped it. If y'all didn't see it, go check it out. But how he flipped it was a positive message to what Kendrick was saying. I wonder what Lecrae would do. Mm-hmm. I probably look to the Lord and tell them I'm incapable, and then point them to the word of God, and they'll say, "Is that all?" He said, "That's all I have to give you," and for lack of better words, right? Mm-hmm. And then D-1 call it like it is. He's like, you know what? I'm on Kendrick time, gospel style. I'm gonna use this word, stand on this word to cast y'all demons down. Went to war. Like, you gotta listen to it, bro. So that's my listen, man. When I grew up, when I was in the hood, you know what I'm saying? If you ever seen some of these movies, they call me church boy, choir boy. That was my name. And you know what? Back then it used to bother me because I didn't understand it, but I stood out because I was different. So now you get these two guys that's different, man, to try to deliver a different message out there, because these guys can rap. And no, everything don't have to be about guns, explicit sex, right? Overt drug use, killing your brother, right? There's ways to talk about if you consume alcohol, if you had experience with drugs, and if you're having sex. There's ways to do it in a tasteful way that does not encourage people to indulge in these things to where they become something that's not them. And for me, overall, that's like what I was getting from the whole thing. My bad, bro. You gotta give me something. You gotta give me something on that though, bro. But I was happy, bro. When Lecrae responded, I'm not gonna lie, I was like a kid on Christmas. And then D-1 responded. I gotta listen to it. And again, this might not be everyone's experience. I'm talking about me. Sunday service, Sunday afternoon service, sometimes Sunday night service. Tuesday night, Bible study. Thursday night, missionary night. Next week, Thursday night, youth night. Friday night service. Y'all know who I'm talking about, my folks, right? That was a secondary school. I spent all my time in church. You know, when I was younger, obviously my mother went and I had friends there, and, you know, I loved the Lord and still love the Lord. And I was figuring out, you know, what ways I wanted to participate in that. You know what I'm saying? And then when I got older, you know what I'm saying, I still love the Lord. Still take my family to church, which, baby, we talked about it. You know, you got to go because I work on Sundays now. You know what I mean? To represent the household. But yeah, man, that's my bag, bro. I felt a sense of pride. You know what I'm saying? For me, because it's like, yo, I'm just glad. Whether people never listen again, for me, like when you're a Christian, right, it's to be Christ-like, right, to show that love. And now you get this message to where these people are spreading the word and showing love as well, but also pointing out the evil, right? It's two sides, bro. Like Cat Williams, bro. I hope this man never prophesies over my life, because this guy, he started this, bro. Right? He said, it's God's side and their side. And you know which side is the wrong side.